Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. This is lecture 4 in your writing course. The title or the focus of this unit is describe a favorite place. So we will be discussing this unit in 2 lectures. So this is the first lecture about describing a favorite place. The lecture components for today, we will have some vocabulary items. We'll talk about the descriptive adjectives, location phrases, and activities. Under the grammar component, we have the present continuous and the object pronouns. These are the 2 components for today. Now, the reading passage in this lecture is a little bit longer than the passage in the previous lectures. The title is A Day in Oak Street Park by Francisco Garcia. Francisco is writing about a park. He is describing this park. Let's read the slides together, and then we will discuss everything in detail. There are many interesting places in my neighborhood. One place is Oak Street Park. I am at Oak Street Park right now. It's my favorite place. It's 1 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. I am sitting on a bench and writing in my journal. I'm sitting and writing. Today is a beautiful day. It's really sunny and hot. The sky is clear and bright. The air smells fresh and sweet. You see, notice the adjectives: fresh and sweet, sunny and hot, clear and bright. All these are adjectives. The second slide, the park is very crowded, another adjective. Some people are young and some people are old. Young, old. Some people are tall and some are short. Tall and short. Some people have long straight hair. Some people have short curly hair. So, long straight hair and short curly hair. One old man has no hair. He is sitting in front of the park gate. Now here notice the location phrases. In front of. He is sitting in front of the park gate. A tall woman is standing beside him. She has blonde hair and blue eyes. They are talking and laughing. Loudly. In the last slide, there are a lot of things happening around me, happening now around me. Many people are exercising now. They are walking quickly or riding their bikes. There is a food stand to the right of the entrance. To the right of and to the left of. A few people are eating lunch next to it. Next to the food stand, next to it. There is a handsome man to the left of the entrance. He is painting a picture very carefully. He's painting a picture How? Very carefully. Across from me, a young girl is playing under a tree. Under a tree. Her brother is playing with her. They are running and jumping happily. Their mother is sitting behind them. She's watching them quietly. Everyone is having fun. So you see, in these 3 slides we have a lot to discuss. We have adjectives like long, short, straight, and we have adverbs like carefully, happily, quietly, and we have location phrases like to the right of, to the left of, in front of, behind, etc. So let's now discuss these things together. First, we'll talk about the adjectives. Why do we use adjectives? We use adjectives to describe people, places, things. Number 1, adjectives go before nouns. So adjectives before go nouns. Before nouns, not after nouns. Look at the example. The tall woman. Woman is a noun, and tall is an adjective. So first the adjective, then the noun. The tall woman is in the park. Okay? Now, adjectives also go after the verb be, like is, and am, and was, were. Look at the example. The woman is tall. The woman, noun, is, verb be, is tall. The man is short. So we have is, verb be, then the adjective. Now this is the same reading passage, the same slides, and look at the adjectives. They are highlighted in red color. There are many interesting places. Adjective. Interesting places. Places is the noun. Interesting is the adjective. Okay, so the places are interesting. Another one, it's my favorite place. Place, noun. Favorite, adjective. Adjective, then noun. Today is a beautiful day. A beautiful day. We have the adjective beautiful and the noun day. It's really sunny and hot. 2 adjectives, sunny and hot. Okay, and the verb be is, it is really sunny and hot. It is very sunny and hot. The sky is clear and bright. The sky is, verb is, adjective clear and bright, another adjective, clear and bright. The air smells fresh and sweet. The air smells. Smells is a verb. After smells, we use an adjective. The air smells fresh. And what? And sweet. 2 adjectives after the verb smell. Also here, the park is very crowded. Where is the adjective here? Okay, the adjective is crowded. The noun, the park. The park, noun, is, verb is, crowded, very crowded. Some people are young. Some people, verb are, adjective. Some people are young and some people are old. Young and old, the opposite. Some people are tall and some people are short. Some people are tall and some people are short. 2 adjectives. Okay? Now, the other adjectives, as you can see on the screen, are highlighted in red. We have long straight hair, short curly hair, old man, blonde hair, and blue eyes. Okay. Now let's do an exercise on the adjectives. The exercise is on page 68 in your books. Look at the examples. There are many interesting places in my neighborhood. What is the adjective? Interesting. And the noun, places. Today is a beautiful day. What's the noun? Day. The adjective, beautiful. A beautiful day. A day. A beautiful day. The sky is clear and bright. The sky is clear and bright. Two adjectives. The park is very crowded. The park is very crowded. What is the adjective? Crowded. Where is the noun? The noun is the park. The park, verb is crowded. Some people are young and some people are old. Young and old, two adjectives. Some people have short, curly hair. Short, curly hair. Short, comma, curly hair. Now, in this table, you can see adjectives and their opposites. For example, tall, the opposite of tall is short. Okay? Unattractive, the opposite is handsome. We say a handsome man, a handsome young man. Unattractive is the opposite. Tall, short. Long, straight hair. Long, straight hair. And the opposite is short, curly hair. Short, curly hair. Okay, the opposite of young is old. Now, look at this sentence. There is a handsome man to the left of the entrance. A handsome man. Some people are tall and some people are short. And some are short. Number 3, some people have long, straight hair and some have short, curly hair. Some people are young and some people are old. Okay. Now, the location phrases. Why do we use location phrases? What do we mean by location? Location means a place. Place. Where am I now? I am in this room. Where are you now? You are in your room. Ahmed is sitting next to Khalid. Ahmed is sitting behind Khalid. All these are location phrases. In, behind, in front of, etc. Look at the examples on the screen. I am in my favorite place. In. Where am I now? I am in my favorite place. I am at Oak Street Park. At. Ahmed is sitting next to Ali. Next to. Two people next to each other. Beside. The bathroom is across from my room. You remember this from lecture 2. The bathroom is across from my room. And we are sitting under a tree. A tree is above us. We are sitting under a tree. Now, again, the same slides, the same text. Look at the location phrases. They are highlighted in red. In my neighborhood. In my neighborhood. at Oak Street Park, on a bench like a chair in a park, in my journal, in my notebook, in my book. Okay, all these are location phrases. Also, in front of the park gate, beside him. Okay, more location phrases. Around me, happening around me. To the right of the entrance. Next to it, next to somebody, beside something or somebody. To the left of, this is my left, to the left of the entrance, to the left of the door, the gate. Across from me, the camera is across from me. I am across from the camera. Under a tree is above and I am sitting under a tree. Behind them, behind. Okay, all these are location phrases and you need to know the meaning of all of them. Now let's do an exercise on location phrases. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 location phrases, and we have 8 sentences. Try to fill in the blanks with the words in the box. For example, number 1, Francisco is blank, a bench. A bench is a chair, like a chair. Is what? On a bench. Number 2, an old man is the park gate, entrance, door. Okay, where is he? Where is the old man? In front of the park gate. A tall woman is what? Beside him, beside, next to. There is a food stand to the right of the entrance. When you enter the gate, the food stand is to the right. A few people are next to the food stand. This is the food stand, and these are some people here. They are next to each other, A young girl is across from Francisco. Francisco's here, and the young girl is there. They are across each other, across from each other. The girl is under a tree. She's under a tree. The children's mother is behind them. She is behind them. Now, the grammar component is about the simple present. We have the simple present, and we studied this in lecture 2. You can go back to slides 16, 17, 18, and 19 in lecture 2. They are about the simple present. So study them first, revise them, and also visit this web page. As you can see here, we have a web page address. Then after that, you can go on to this slide. On this slide, we have the adverbs of frequency. Here we have 5 adverbs of frequency. What are the adverbs of frequency? And why do we use them? Okay, we use the adverbs of frequency to say how often we do something. For example, I visit my grandfather once a week. Once in a week. I visit my grandfather twice in a week, or twice a week. I visit him 3 times a month. 3 times a month. You see, once a week, twice a week, 3 times a month. This is frequency. How often? The same with always, usually, often, sometimes, and never. And you can see the illustration. Always means 100% of the time. Yeah, for example, I always wake up at 7 o'clock every day. I always wake up at 7 o'clock. How many days in a week? 7 days. I always wake up at 7 o'clock. Okay. I walk to school every day. I always walk to school. Every day, always. I bring my lunch 4 days per week. Okay? I go to school 5 days a week, but on 4 days I take a sandwich or I take my lunch with me. So I usually, not I always, because 4 out of 5 days I usually bring my lunch. Often, you see, I arrive early 3 days per week. So 3 days I am early and 2 days I am late. So I often arrive early. Often. Always, usually, then often. I am very tired 1 or 2 days per week, which means sometimes. I am sometimes very tired. Not always, not usually, and not often. Sometimes. Never. I don't dance. I never dance. Never. 0%. So these are adverbs of frequency, and on this web page you can also learn more about them. Let's do an exercise. As you can see, we have 8 sentences, and the adverbs are usually in number 1, often in number 2, sometimes in number 3, number 4, in her free time. In her free time. It's like an adverb of frequency. Number 5, often. 6, often. 7, sometimes. And 8, never. Look at number 1. Francisco usually exercises at the gym in the morning. Exercises. So we use the simple present, exercises, with usually. These adverbs of frequency, we use them with the simple present. Exercise, exercises. Play, plays. Not playing or writing. Okay. Number 2, Mr. Garcia often watches TV in the evening. Often, not every day. Okay? Maybe 3 nights a week. Maybe Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Often, often. Sometimes he laughs if a program is funny. Sometimes, not always. He doesn't always laugh. In her free time, Mrs. Garcia paints beautiful pictures. And she often talks. She often talks with her friends on the telephone too. Often. Maria often runs in the park for exercise. Often runs. Not every day. Maybe 3 or 4 days a week. Okay? Often. She also sometimes jumps rope. Exercises, by jumping rope. And number 8, Francisco and Maria, 2 people, never ride their bikes to school. Why don't we have an S? Rides. You remember this from lecture 2? Never ride, because we're talking about Francisco and Maria. They, two people. Now, let's move to the present continuous tense. Okay, we use the present continuous tense to talk about what is happening now. It's not like the present simple in the previous slide. In the previous slide, you notice in these sentences, we have all of these sentences are about things that happen often or usually or sometimes as habits, routines. So we use the simple present, exercise, exercises, not exercising, not watching. But in the present continuous, what is happening now, at this moment? We use the ing with the verb. Look at the sentences. I am eating now. Am eating. Not eating, I am eating. You are reading right now. At this moment, you are reading. So, what is happening now? He is writing right now. We are studying right now. They are running right now. You see, ing, running, studying, writing. But we need is, are, am before the verb. In the negative, it's easy to negate the present continuous. I am not eating. You are not reading. He is not writing. We are not studying, etc. The same. It's very easy to negate the present continuous. Now, let's compare the present simple and the present continuous. Look at the first sentence. Francisco writes in his journal, in his notebook, every day, always, every day, writes. He writes on Saturday, he writes on Sunday, on Monday, and so on. But Francisco is writing in his journal now, right now. Is writing. You see, is writing. Example 2, people exercise in the park on Saturdays. Every Saturday, on Saturdays. Routine, habit. But people are exercising now in the park right now. This is the difference between the simple present and present continuous for now. Let's do an exercise on the present continuous, ing, now. Number 1, Maria and her friends play soccer every Saturday afternoon. Every Saturday. This Saturday, next Saturday, last Saturday. It's a habit. Play. Maria and her friends now. What are they doing now? They are playing soccer when? Right now. Number 2. Try to do number 2 now. Think about it. Mrs. Garcia eats lunch with her friends every Saturday afternoon. So what is happening now? Mrs. Garcia is eating lunch with her friends when? Now, right now. Is eating right now. Eats every Saturday. Number 3, Francisco's classmates exercise every Saturday. Exercise every Saturday afternoon. Francisco's classmates are or is, are classmates, are exercising when, right now. And the last sentence, number 4, Mr. and Mrs., two people, Garcia, they watch a movie every Saturday afternoon. Every Saturday afternoon. Mr. and Mrs. Garcia, what are they doing now? They are watching a movie right now, at this moment. So this is the difference between present continuous and present simple. Now, the object pronouns, something else. Object pronouns, and you remember we studied these subject pronouns in one of our lectures, perhaps in lecture number 1. Now, we use the object pronouns, okay, to replace the object. They show to whom something happened or who got something. They come after a verb or a preposition because they are object. For example, I bought a book. I bought it. Okay. I saw Ahmad. I saw him. So him is the object pronoun. Excuse me. These are the object pronouns, as you can see here. We have me, you, him, her, it, us, you, and them. We have you twice. You, one person, and you, 2 or 3 or more. You. Okay. Look at the examples. Please help me understand. Fatima works with you. She works with you. Object. A woman is talking to Ahmad. A woman is talking to him. Her brother is playing with her. People are eating next to it. Next to the food stand. Next to the door. Next to it. They live next door to us. This is our house and this is their house. So they live next door to us. The teacher will give information to you. You. The mother is watching them. All these are object pronouns. Now look at these examples also about object pronouns. A tall woman is talking to the man. The man is object. A tall woman is talking to him. The girl's mother is playing with the girl. The girl's mother is playing with her. The mother is watching her children. The mother is watching them. And people are eating lunch next to a food stand. They are eating lunch next to it. Let's do an exercise on the object pronouns. Francisco is writing in his journal. His journal. Object. Francisco is writing in what? In it. Number 2, there is a food stand to the right of the entrance, the gate, the door of the park. There is a food stand to the right of it. The entrance, it. The boy's sister is playing with the boy. So the boy's sister is playing with him. More sentences. An old man is talking to a tall woman. An old man is talking to a woman, to her. To her. Francisco is watching the brother and sister. Francisco is watching them. Is watching them. The children are playing across from Francisco, so they are playing across from him. In this table, you can see the subject pronouns and the object pronouns. We studied the subject pronouns in a previous lecture, and today we studied the object pronouns. Look at the sentences and notice the position of the subject pronoun and the object pronoun in the sentence. For example, in sentence number 1, I am talking to Ahmad. I, subject pronoun. Ahmad is talking to me. Me, object pronoun. Number 2, you are talking to Ahmad. You, subject. But Ahmad is talking to you. You, object. And you can see all these examples, study them carefully, and notice the differences between them. Let's now do this last exercise here for today. We have 3 sentences. Notice, there, what? A tall, old woman in the park. What do you say here? There is a tall, or there has, have, there are. Can we use are? No, because there is a, one. We cannot use are. We cannot use have, a. So there is a tall man, a tall old woman in the park. Is. A woman is standing across me. We don't say across me, across from. Right me, no. We say to the right of. Behind, behind is okay. Next, we say next to me. So the answer is behind, behind me. Number 3, Mary is what? Do we say is paint right now? Now, ing. We need an ing. We cannot say is paint. Painting, or paints, or is painting. Which one would you use? Of course, sentence or option D. Is painting a picture right now. Okay? Thank you very much. This is all for today. I'll see you next time, inshallah.